Get ready for an episode that hits harder than anything you've seen before. We follow one of the world's youngest CEOs as he disguises himself and steps into the trenches of his own company, coming face to face with the overlooked employees who keep everything running. But stay tuned, because for the first time in Undercover Boss history, this CEO doesn't just get humbled, he gets fired.
Founder and CEO of GSI Commerce, and this is my creation.
Elizabeth, you're not letting me talk.
We no longer need your services. 3, 2, 1, go.
Meet Mike, the founder and CEO of GSI Commerce, a company so big that if you've ever ordered sports merch online, there's a good chance his team packed it, shipped it, or built the website you bought it from. GSI handles everything from NFL jerseys to MLB fan gear. And during the holidays, their warehouses turn into organized chaos as orders pour in by the millions. Mike's a lifelong business junkie. He started his first company selling stationery door-to-door at age 8, and by 21, he was running a $100 million operation. But despite all that success, there's one thing he's never done: work as a regular employee. No corner office, no assistant, no power suit, just a name badge, a shift schedule, and someone telling him he's doing it wrong. So today, he's ditching the CEO title and going undercover as Gary Rogers to experience the front lines of his own business. From call centers to bustling fulfillment warehouses, Mike is about to learn exactly what keeps his company running and how tough the job really gets when the holiday rush hits. Because he runs such a large company, Mike's life is all business, all the time. He's obsessed with improvement, perfection, and growing bigger every year, which means he doesn't get nearly as much time with his family as he'd like. And with the holiday season arriving, the busiest and most stressful time for GSI, he wants to see how things look on the front lines. Going undercover, he believes, will help him pinpoint problems, spot great employees, and understand how his seasonal workers handle the insane surge of orders. For him, this undercover journey is a major personal challenge. Mike has always been the boss, the guy calling the shots. So the idea of suddenly being a regular employee, taking orders from supervisors, and keeping up with the daily grind is something completely new. He'll be going undercover as Gary Rogers, and the workers will be told he's part of a documentary crew studying seasonal jobs. Richwood, Kentucky, Fulfillment Center. Mike's first assignment sends him to Richwood, Kentucky, where he'll be thrown right into the action at one of GSI's massive fulfillment centers. When he arrives, he meets Matt, a floor supervisor who wastes no time taking him to one of their seasonal workers, Rochelle. Even though Rochelle has only been on the job for 3 weeks, she works like someone who's been there for years. She first shows Mike how to load delivery trucks.
We're going to be like this, all the way to the top.
A job that sounds simple until the boxes start coming down the conveyor belt like they're training for a speed competition. Mike tries, but it quickly becomes obvious he can't keep up. Boxes are flying in, he's moving slow, and the whole operation starts to look like a sitcom scene waiting to happen. Seeing it's too much for him, Rochelle shifts gears and takes him to a different station where they'll be stacking boxes instead. As they work, Mike notices something impressive. Rochelle has developed her own techniques to be faster and more efficient. Her system is smooth, smart, and clearly comes from observation and instinct. Mike is genuinely impressed. It's employees like her, he realizes, that keep the entire company functioning through the holiday chaos.
It's like Rochelle that literally hold the company on their shoulders.
While they're talking, Mike learns Rochelle wants a full-time position. She's genuinely great at the job, reliable, and clearly dedicated. But the problem is, she was hired only as a temporary seasonal worker. Unless something changes, her time with the company will end after the holidays, despite her talent. Melbourne, Florida, call center. Next, Mike travels to Melbourne, Florida, where he'll work at one of GSI's call centers. Here, customer complaints roll in nonstop, especially during the holiday madness. he's paired with Adam, a calm and professional call center rep who handles frustrated customers like a seasoned diplomat.
Hi, Greg. How you doing? This is Adam.
Mike watches Adam take a few calls, and he's blown away by Adam's patience, politeness, and genuine desire to help people. Eventually, it's Mike's turn to take some calls, with Adam guiding him. Surprisingly, Mike does pretty well for a beginner. Adam encourages him, gives him pointers, and stays supportive. On their break, Adam opens up a bit more about his life. He's been working at the call center for about a year, and before that, he was fired from his previous job for being late. But the twist is painful. He was late because he and his fiancée had just lost their newborn daughter during childbirth. He missed work to comfort her during the worst moment of their lives. Hearing this, Mike is stunned and deeply moved. After the break, Mike is assigned to work with another employee, Danielle. Feeling confident from earlier, he jumps into taking a call. But this time, it's a whole different story. The customer is upset, not interested in solutions, and absolutely not taking anything Mike offers. Mike tries to talk them down. Adam steps in to help, but nothing works. Finally, Danielle jumps in and takes the call herself, and immediately ramps up the tension. Instead of calming the situation, Danielle gets into a heated argument with the customer. Voices rise, frustration builds, and the whole call spirals out of control until the customer hangs up.
Okay, corporate's number is 1-800.
Completely fed up, Mike is shocked. This is the exact opposite of how a representative should handle a complaint. Danielle is more focused on winning the argument than solving the customer's problem. Adam is so frustrated, he thinks about exposing Mike's real identity right then and there. But the moment ends before he can react. It's crystal clear to Mike that Danielle's approach is a major problem, especially when compared to someone like Adam, who genuinely tries to help people. Back to Richwood, Fulfillment Center Round 2. The next day, Mike returns to Richwood for another warehouse job. This time, Supervisor Greg introduces him to Shannon, who will be training him. She teaches him the right way to pack and prepare boxes. But Mike just can't keep up. He's slow, behind pace, and ends up completing only half the number of boxes he's supposed to.
You have this down.
During their break, Mike talks to Shannon and learns that she works 7 days a week to support her 2 kids. As a single mom, she's doing everything she can to take care of her family, but financially, it's extremely difficult. She works long hours, sacrifices sleep, and never seems to catch a break. When they return to the floor, Mike is determined to do better. He wants to improve his speed and prove he can handle the job. But before he can even get started, Supervisor Gary shows up, holding the boxes Mike packed earlier. He tells him flat out that the boxes contain multiple errors, meaning the team had to redo them. Then, in a final blow, Gary tells Mike he's not cut out for the job and fires him on the spot. It hits Mike hard. This is the first time in his life he's ever been fired. Even though he knows he didn't meet the standard, hearing the words still stings. He thanks Shannon for her help and leaves disappointed, but also more aware of how tough these jobs really are. Louisville, Kentucky, final assignment. For his last undercover role, Mike travels to another fulfillment center in Louisville, Kentucky. After being fired last time, he's determined to redeem himself and prove he can handle the workload. Here, he meets Cameron, a friendly and hard-working employee who takes him to the warehouse and shows him how to find the right boxes and fulfill each order. Mike is immediately struck by how skilled Cameron is. He moves quickly, stays organized, and does everything with a positive, upbeat attitude, even when talking about some of the difficult things he's been through in life. Later, Cameron decides to start a friendly competition. Whoever fills the most orders wins.
How you doing? I might need you to help me steal cameras.
Unsurprisingly, Cameron blows Mike out of the water, but the two have fun with it. Mike enjoys the challenge and appreciates how much pride Cameron takes in his job. The big reveal. After days of working the floor, lifting boxes, answering phones, getting fired, and seeing firsthand how intense and demanding his company's frontline jobs truly are, Mike finally reaches the most important moment of his undercover journey. The reveal he invites each of the employees he worked with to his corporate office, one by one, ready to drop the disguise and tell them who Gary Rogers really was. First to walk in is Rochelle. She sits down expecting a routine conversation, completely unaware she's about to meet the actual CEO of the company she's been hoping to work full-time for. When Mike reveals his true identity, she's stunned.
You were the seasonal.
Mike explains how genuinely impressed he was by her efficiency, her natural problem-solving skills, and the techniques she created on her own to make the process faster. He tells her that employees like her are the backbone of GSI. Then he gives her the news she didn't think she would hear. She's being offered a full-time position with the company. Not only that, it comes with a significant pay raise and a full benefits package. It's the kind of opportunity she had been quietly hoping for, and now it's hers. Next up is Cameron. Mike immediately praises his positive attitude and work ethic, qualities that stood out even during the busiest, most chaotic parts of the day. Cameron's story, especially his dedication to raising his daughter, clearly made an impact.
So you can do some great shopping for your daughter.
To support him as a father, Mike gives him a $1,000 gift card so he can buy Christmas gifts for his little girl. But he doesn't stop there. Knowing how talented and hard-working Cameron is, Mike offers him a spot in a management training program. It's a chance for Cameron to build a real career with upward mobility, something he never expected when he clocked in for a normal shift that day. Then Shannon walks in. She's nervous, thinking she's in trouble because she spent so much time trying to help Gary keep up with the workload. Mike tells her the opposite. He admires her. He saw firsthand how hard she works to support her two sons, how she sacrifices her own time to provide for her family, and how she still manages to bring dedication to the job every single day. To help ease some of the heavy financial pressure she carries alone, Mike gives her a $5,000 bonus.
Kids' football leagues, and we like to donate.
Shannon is overwhelmed. For someone who works 7 days a week just to get by, this is life-changing breathing room. Danielle enters next. This one is tricky. Mike doesn't sugarcoat anything. He directly addresses her behavior on the customer call, explaining how unprofessional and harmful it was. Danielle, clearly embarrassed, admits she let her frustration get the best of her and apologizes.
I didn't get to learn from the experience and hopefully improve.
Mike sees potential, but also sees someone who needs guidance. So instead of letting her go, he gives her one more chance to improve and prove she can live up to the company's standards. She accepts the second chance with genuine relief. Finally, Adam steps in. Mike tells him how moved he was by his painful story and how touched he was by Adam's calm, patient professionalism despite everything he's been through. Wanting to help Adam move forward, Mike gives him $10,000 so he and his fiancée can finally afford the wedding they postponed after their heartbreaking loss.
I'd like to put $10,000 toward your wedding.
It's a moment of pure gratitude, and one that acknowledges Adam's resilience and strength. Mike's reveal isn't just about rewards, it's about recognizing real people, real struggles, and the real heart behind GSI. And that wraps up Mike's undercover journey. What started as a simple attempt to understand the holiday rush turned into a first-hand look at the hardworking people who keep GSI running every single day. From warehouse floors to call center chaos, Mike discovered the dedication, struggles, and heart behind the company he built. And by stepping out of the CEO chair and into the everyday grind, he didn't just improve the business, he changed lives. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and stick around for more stories where bosses go undercover and employees become the real stars.